the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. I got my coffee and I'm ready to go. My name is Jake Johnson, and this is Untethered Live on a Monday night. Monday. It's ready to get manic on Monday. Here we go. How's everybody doing this fine, lovely Monday evening? Are you war slap out already? Are you ready for the weekend? Just got started, man. Calm down. Get you a Jack and Coke and let's roll. Anyway. We are in the Great Book of Numbers tonight, and we're going to do some Bible study in here in just a minute. Chapter 10, verse 10. That's where we left off. That's where we're picking up. Welcome to the show. How is everybody? What's going on in your neck of the woods? What are you doing out there? Making all that racket and running up and down the streets and going to restaurants and such. Crazy people. Kevin Cox says, "You got coffee. I got a Crown and Coke, right? Right? Yeah, it's just coffee. But it's my Crown and Coke. I likes the coffee. Welcome to the show, everybody. Oh, it's going to be lovely. We had a good time last night. Had a good crowd. 45 people. Hard to believe, but there it is. There's the numbers. I had a good day today. Nice, easy work day. Not a lot of trouble. Not a lot of drama. Get her done. Running back and forth a little bit. And I got in at about 5 minutes before showtime. I had to choke down a Hot Pocket and make me a cup of coffee. That's why I'm running about 3 minutes late. About 6 minutes late. Whatever. Kevin says, "I'm here. Sorry, I missed the last show, but I was watching football and the semi-sober." I understand. But you didn't miss anything important. You might have, if you ever have to find yourself in a situation where you need to figure out who's going to do your sacrificing for you and build a tent, you might be out of luck because you missed that. But other than that, I think you're okay. Just, catch it up when you can, if you can. And if you can't, move forward. We'll do fine. We'll make it. We'll get there. How are you doing, Kev? You having a good week so far? That's a nice hot cup of coffee. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me the time to fix it. I don't like to be late, but at the last minute I sat down and I had a half a bottle of Mountain Dew and I thought, man, I sure would like to have a cup of coffee. I didn't even get one this morning. So I said, you know what? I think they'll wait for a couple of minutes while I make me some coffee. And I'm glad you did, because I'm much happier now and ready to rock and roll. And we got 3 people here already. Hello, people. Say something if you're happy. Say something if you're sad. Say something if you're indifferent. Say nothing if you're evil. Like the fruits of the devil, you're evil. Ugh. Don't say anything. Hello, April. Welcome to the show. How are you, sweetheart? Ha, ha, ha. Isn't Kev funny? Much love. Hello, Jake Love. How are you? I'm fantastic. Can't you see the love just dripping off of me? My face is dirty, though. Riding a motorcycle. Whatever. It looks like a soul patch. I'll take it. Probably a lump of oil hit me in the face while I was rolling down the highway at 70 miles an hour. It happens. Oh, yeah. I got one more day. One more day of debt. And I'll be ready to move into the next phase of what I'm working on. I was supposed to handle it tomorrow, but certain boss and a certain colonoscopy got in the way, so not going to happen tomorrow. It'll have to be Wednesday. But after that, it's smooth sailing from there. And then a couple of weeks after that, I'll show you what I've been working on. It's pretty exciting. We got a good read coming up tonight. As I said, we're in the book of Numbers in the Bible, King James Version only. And if you got yours handy, it'll be chapter 10, verse 10. And we'll see what's going on. We'll count some more family members and such. And repeat a bunch of lines. Because that's how it rolls in that book. Oh, looking forward to it. Oh, I am too. I can't wait for y'all guys to see what I'm working on. I've been working hard at it too. It's cost me damn near everything, but I've just about got it. It's in my grasp. As soon as I get to it, I'll show you. I'm not going to say anything and jinx it though. But it's going to be lovely. All right. Well, no sense in wasting time. No time like the present, so let's go down, shall we? Oh, what are we missing? We need a book. We need a book. Where's the book? There's the book. Hey, book. If you got your Bibles handy, crack them open. Chapter 10, verse 10 of the great book of Numbers, and it reads, Also, in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am the Lord your God. Can it get any more straightforward than that? If you look at this in the Greek, this is a very specific statement, or in the Hebrew rather, not the Greek, sorry. This statement, I am, is the name of God, actually. It contains the name of Christ. The Lord, this word in all capital letters is Yahweh, Y-H-V-H. That's the name of God. And the Lord your God, which is God Almighty, contains the Logos. The Logos is the logic of how the world works. It is the Word. And God is telling you with no uncertain terms who he is and what he expects of you. Now, what we're talking about here is the new tradition. Now they've got everything set up. They've got the tabernacle set up. Everybody knows how to sacrifice and on what days and what things to sacrifice for what reasons. They've got everybody parsed out. Everybody knows what their job is. There's some clerical people. There's some office people. There's some yard people. There's some security guards. Everybody's set up. And there's priests. So everybody knows what to do. And now God has told them how to call the people to assembly by blowing trumpets in a certain fashion. I can't remember exactly what the method is, but we'll just paraphrase and say one long blow means everybody assembles. A bunch of short blows, that, means only certain people in a certain area assembles. Two trumpets blowing repeatedly, which is an alarm, means that trouble is on the way, and everybody needs to assemble but be ready for war. Another kind of blow will tell them when to move, and another kind of blow will tell them when to go home. So you can communicate with a large crowd of people with these trumpets. The army does it all the time, so it's basically the same principle. Anyway, and it came to pass on the 20th day of the second month, that would be May, in the second year, that the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle of the testimony. That means it's time to rock and roll. And the children of Israel took their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran. So what they did was they left Mount Sinai and moved towards Paran. However long a distance that is, you can look it up on a map. It's not that hard to find. But I'd say it's probably a couple of days' journey or whatever. But remember, anytime the cloud or the pillar of smoke is resting in the tabernacle, they stay in their tents. If it stays there more than a day, they don't go anywhere. If it gets up and leaves, then they follow it. And that's God leading them through the desert. Now, obviously, they're not going directly to their destination, which is Canaan, the land of Canaan, which is not very far away by comparison. What he's going to do is walk them around that mountain for 40 years. They're going to walk in circles in the desert. However, that may seem a little cruel, but in 40 years, their feet never hurt, their shoes never wear out, their clothes never wear out, and they never go hungry. So God gives them the strength and the durability to make this journey so that he can get rid of the stiff-necked hard-headedness and let the children of the people who he brought out of Egypt inherit the land proper. And they first took their journey according to the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. In the first place went the standard of the camp of the children of Judah, or the flag, to their armies. That's what a standard is a flag. And over his host was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. That's the head guy. He's in charge of everybody under Moses. He's like the main foreman. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Issachar was Nathaniel, the son of Zur. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Zebulun was Eliab, the son of Helon. And the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari set forward bearing the tabernacle. That's their job, to move the tabernacle. And the standard of the camp of Reuben set forward according to their armies, and over his host was Eliezer, the son of Shedeur. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Simeon was Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Gad was Eliasaph, the son of Duel. And the Kohathites, remember who they are, set forward bearing the sanctuary. And the other did set up the tabernacle against they came. That's a little weird way to write that sentence, but what he's saying is the Kohathites are the ones who were conscripted into Aaron's family to be Levites. And their job is sanctuary business. They're always dealing with stuff that's in the inner sanctuary, and that's it. And the standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set forward according to their armies, and over his host was Elishama, the son of Ammihud. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Manasseh was Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abidan, the son of Gideoni. And the standard of the camp of the children of Dan set forward, which was the rearward, the people in the back of all the camps throughout their hosts. And over his host was Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. I miss you too, son. I love that name, Ammishaddai. I miss you, Daddy. I miss you too, boy. One big happy family over here. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Asher was Pagiel, the son of Ochran. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Naphtali was Ahira, the son of Enan. Enan, master of the universe. Not really, but he could be. Thus were the journeyings of the children of Israel according to their armies when they set forward. That's when the cloud was removed and the trumpets blew, and it's time to rock and roll. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Raguel, the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law. Now, keep Hobab in mind, because he's a little troublemaker, this guy. I'm not saying that I entirely disagree with what he says to Moses, but it's not his place to say so. God is telling Moses, Moses is handling business. Hobab gets his nose in places it shouldn't be. And you're going to find that out very soon. And just listen to the way he speaks to Moses. Now, this is his father-in-law. Hobab's daughter is married to Moses. We are journeying into the place of which the Lord said, I will give it you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee good. For the Lord hath spoken good concerning Israel. And he said unto him, I will not go, but I will depart to mine own land and to my kindred, says Hobab, because he's being a little snot-nosed right now. See, Moses is offering him to go with them and partake in the inheritance, partake in the being with God. And this guy ain't having none of it. He don't care in the slightest. I wonder, if I asked you to travel with me and God was going to be there, would you go? I would, in a heartbeat. And he said, leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes. Come on, Hobab. Come be a go-with kind of guy. We need you. We could always use an extra pair of eyes. You know we're going to be out there in the wilderness and danger all around and unknown territory and so forth. Won't you come be with us? Nah. And it shall be, if thou goest with us, yea, it shall be, that what goodness the Lord shall do unto us, the same will he do unto thee. Now that's a beautiful statement right there. Moses is telling Hobab that if you go with us, if you come hang out with us, every good thing that God does for us, he'll do for you too, because you're one of us. Talk about being accepted into the family. And they departed from the mount of the Lord 3 days' journey. See, I told you it wasn't too far, 3 days. And the ark of the covenant of the Lord went before them in the 3 days' journey to search out a resting place for them. And as always, the ark of the covenant would always be in the front line of their journey, of the traveling band of people known as Israel. They are always led by the Ark of the Covenant. Why? Because that's God doing the leading. You always want to put God first and let him do the leading, and you do the following. You be the subordinate, and your life will always work in your favor because it's God doing the leading. And the cloud of the Lord was upon them by day when they went out of the camp, and it came to pass when the ark set forward, that Moses said, Rise up, Lord, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee, and as they would. And when it rested, he said, Return, O Lord, unto the many thousands of Israel. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it. And his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. See, God has put everything in its place. He has allowed them to be alive. He has allowed them to be free. He has allowed them to have liberty, and he's kept them safe and fed. And there's people in the back bickering and complaining and running their mouths, backbiting and talking a lot of trash. And God doesn't like it. He does not like it, because he's doing a lot here for these people. He's going above and beyond to make their lives comfortable and happy. And all they can do is complain about it. So he burned them up. I don't blame him. And the people cried unto Moses. And when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched. See, all you have to do is ask Moses, and Moses will ask God, and the fire stops. So, let that be a lesson. Have you ever felt like you were under fire? Have you ever felt like you were being unjustly punished for the world that you live in through no fault of your own? Well, how about ask God to quench that fire and watch and see if he doesn't? And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them. Taberah, that's an interesting word. You could also use the word pyramid, interestingly enough, for Taberah, which means the fire of the Lord burns in the midst. The word pyramid means fire in the midst. It's pretty similar to the same word. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a-lusting. What? Oh, yeah. You think just because God's present that they'll keep their little perverseness in check? No. When you get a little randy in the desert, there's nothing left to do but cause a little trouble. So they fell a-lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish, which we did eat in Egypt freely. Now this is interesting. Weren't they slaves in Egypt? Yes, they were. So were they eating fish freely? No, they were laboring for all they had to get little crumbs of fish that just happened to be in abundance in Egypt. And they are missing the oppression. Can you believe that? God set them free, and they want to go back and be in chains again. This is allegory as to what's going on in our world today. You can look at the world, and you can see how the children of this world have nothing to threaten them. They are safe, relatively bored, because there's nothing to do. There's no big, great war to fight. There's no great famine. There's no great calamity. They are relatively wealthy. They're among the 1% of the world because they live in America. They're born into privilege, and they have nothing better to do but to find things to complain about and to cause problems over. And this is exactly what the people of Israel are doing right now. Remember the fish we ate for free in Egypt when we were slaves, and they would beat us if we didn't make enough bricks? Oh, yeah, and the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. Oh, I'm so hungry. Why? When is God going to feed us again? Are we just left out here in the desert to die, regardless of everything God's done for them, by the way, regardless of the fact that he has been with them this whole time and they've been able to see him because they're journeying and the trip is a little tough? This is what they're doing behind God's back. Unbelievable. But now our soul is dried away and there's nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. Manna means roughly bread from heaven. Actually, the word means, what's that? That's what the word means. But it's used to describe bread from heaven. God has been feeding them on a daily basis manna every morning, and all they got to do is pick it up and eat it, and then throw away the leftovers. That's it. They don't have to go hunt it. They don't have to work for it. They don't have to find it. It's right there when they wake up in the morning. All they got to do is pick it up and eat it. And they're complaining because it's not cucumbers and melons. I'd say they're the most ungrateful bunch I've ever seen. And by the time I'm done with this, you'll kind of understand why God walks them around in circles for 40 years and lets them all die before he allows their children to inherit the land that he promised them. Because they are insufferable. All we've got is this manna given to us for free by God Almighty that we have to eat every day. When am I going to get a steak? Remember the fish we ate for free in Egypt when we were slaves? And the manna was as coriander seed. Do you know what coriander seed is? It's kind of like sunflower seeds, but tinier. And they're in abundance, and you eat a lot of them. That's kind of what the manna looked like, coriander seed. And the color thereof as the color of bdellium. I don't know what color that is, but I would imagine white. And the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was the taste of fresh oil. Now think about this for a minute. Hey, MVTV, welcome to the show. A little late, that's all right. Don't slam the door, buddy. Now pick a seat and shut up. That's all right. You talk all you want. I am. Anyway, this manna from heaven can be made into cakes. It can be made into cornbread. It can be made into, waffles or whatever. They can do lots of stuff with it. It's not just like eating seeds. You know what I mean? It's not like it's that bland, and it tastes like fresh oil. So it has the vague taste of something fried, like fried chicken or whatever. It's just got that battery taste. So it's not undelicious. I imagine it's not the best thing in the world to eat, but it will keep you alive, and it's not miserably horrible. I mean, it tastes all right, is what they're saying. And they're complaining about it. Keep in mind, they don't have to hunt. They don't have to fish. They don't have to skin or butcher. They don't have to find it. They don't have to do anything for this food. All they got to do is walk outside and pick it up. That's it. And they're complaining about it. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly, and Moses also was displeased. Yeah, you'd think so. I'd be a little upset, too, if the people that I represented were being that petty over food. And God didn't like it much either, by the way. And Moses said unto the Lord, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? What's going on here, Lord? Why are these people so upset with me? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight? Aren't I your guy? Didn't you say that you would take care of us, and all these people are so unhappy? What should I do? That thou layest the burden of all this people upon me. Have I conceived all these people? Have I begotten them? Are they my children? Am I their babysitter? That's what Moses is saying. That thou shouldest say unto me, Carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the suckling child unto the land which thou swarest unto their fathers. Whence should I have flesh to give unto all these people? When will you feed us food that they will be happy with? For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all these people alone, because it is too heavy for me, says Moses. See, even Moses is whining a little bit here. Not that he's not wrong. I mean, we're talking of thousands of people here, thousands. And they're all whining to Moses. When are we going to eat? When is there going to be real food here? Do we have to eat this coriander seed or this manna every single day? Can we not have a steak or some quail? If thou dealest thus with me, if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of a hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. This is basically Moses saying, if this is going to continue, if I have to put up with all these people forever, just kill me already. I can't take it. It's too much. They're crying every day. I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to do. I've got enough on my plate, God. What am I to do? Don't let me see my own wretchedness here, And the Lord said unto Moses, Gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. Bring 70 elders, people that you know are good, strong men that lead their communities, that are over their communities. Go find 70 of those guys and bring them to the tabernacle so we can have a little chat, you and I, and them. And I will come down and talk with thee there. And I will take of the Spirit which is upon thee, and I will put it upon them. You know all that strength and righteousness that I gave you, Moses? Yeah, well, I'll take some of it away from you, and I'll spread it upon them, so they can handle some of the people too. How about that? Will that make you happy? And they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bearest it not thyself alone. You ain't got to do it by yourself anymore, Moses. I'll make you a little less special and make them a little more special, and you can all handle it together, 71 of you. Is that not enough to handle thousands? And say thou unto the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh. Go ahead and prepare yourselves, wash your hands, take care of your cleanliness, pray, ask for forgiveness, make your soul clean, and tomorrow I'll give you what you so desperately wish for. For ye have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Really? You think it was well with you in Egypt? You were slaves. You were beaten to death if you didn't do what you were told. You weren't allowed to leave or have a god or have a family for that matter. You were slaves. And you think it was well with you in Egypt? How quickly do you forget what I took you out of? Therefore the Lord will give you flesh, and ye shall eat, and I hope you choke on it. That's what God's thinking. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you. I will feed you so much flesh that you'll want to puke every time you smell it cooking. You want flesh? By God, I'll give you flesh. By me, I'll give you flesh. Because that ye have despised the Lord which is among you. I'm here with you, and all you can do is complain about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt? Why did we leave Egypt? We had it so good there in Egypt. We were just slaves, but we had everything we needed. Why did we have to come out here in the desert and be all... You cowards, you worthless heaps of flesh, you insignificant twits. How dare you question God and his infinite wisdom to take you into liberty, to be people of your own status? You'd rather be a slave and have it shoveled in your mouth. Little morsels that the Pharaoh gives you permission to have. How dare you people? And Moses said, the people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou hast said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month, and you better eat every last morsel of it. I mean, shovel it until it's coming out of your nose. That's what God said. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? And the Lord said, oh no, I got something else in mind. Don't you worry about it. Don't worry about the killing any of the livestock. Well, they're going to be fine. I got something for you. And the Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Have you ever seen anything I couldn't do? Am I not Johnny on the spot? Do I not deliver when I give you a promise? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. How dare you question me? I told you I'd give you enough to eat for a whole month until it's coming out of your nose, and you're worried about where it's going to come from? How about trust in the Lord a little bit? How about stop your bitching and just be still and let God handle business? That goes for every human being alive. How about you just shut up for a minute and listen to what God told you? He said he'd fix it. Let him fix it. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about in the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud, and spake unto him, and took of the Spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the Spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease all night long. That's what they were doing, prophesying. speaking the words of Almighty God because they had been touched by the Holy Spirit that was so elegantly placed upon Moses. However, Moses had to give a little of his up. He was not quite as special as he was before. He didn't quite shine with that Shekinah glory of Almighty God as he did before. So sharp that you could barely look at him. He was so high in his countenance because of being touched by God. And that wasn't good enough. So God took a little of it back and gave it to 70 other people so that they could all share in the calamity that is listening to their people while they whine and complain about how bad they have it and how much they miss being in Egypt where they were slaves after God went through all the trouble of freeing them, bringing them into the light of liberty. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other, Medad. Eldad and Medad. Both dads, but still. And the Spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written. The Spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written. But went not out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp where everybody could hear them. And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. Well, no joke. What did you think was going to happen when you brought the old man down? Did you think he was just going to be quiet? No, he's going to stir some stuff up. That's why he's here, because you couldn't stop complaining. So you just listen to those old men prophesying what's to come, prophesying the word of Almighty God, telling you how it's going to be. Smoking Auditor, what's up, everybody? And Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men answered and said, My lord Moses, forbid them. Why? Why would you forbid them from speaking the word of God? That's what prophesying is. They're telling you what's coming in the future. Maybe you don't like what you hear. Maybe he's putting a big old fat mirror up to your face and allowing you to see just how obnoxious and snide you really are. Maybe you need to shut up and listen. How about that? Joshua. Oddly that your name is Joshua when men are prophesying to you. Guess what's going to be coming your way pretty soon? Keep this guy, the son of Nun, in mind, because he plays a very important role. He is a type of Christ. Forbid them, he says, Lord Moses. And Moses said unto him, Enviest thou for my sake? Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets. If only all the Lord's people were prophets, we wouldn't have this problem. And that the Lord would put his Spirit upon them. Exclamation point. Lord, put his Spirit upon these men. They're going to prophesy. They can barely keep their mouths shut now. Now all they can do is spew out the word of God. And Moses got him into the camp, and he and the elders of Israel to watch this that's going on. And there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on the side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side. So in other words, from both directions from the ocean came this big herd of quail, or not herd, but whatever you call them, big murder of quail. And they just fell in the camp, covered the ground with quail up to their knees, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. That's actually like shoulder height. Think about that. They were covered in quail by that afternoon. Quail is a little bird, a little smaller than a pigeon, something like that. It's not very big, but it's big enough that it's got some meat on its bones. And they're 2 cubits high. Now, you know what a cubit is. So it's probably like waist high, I would think. Like waist high. They got a lot of quail to eat. And God says, well, get to eating, mofo. You asked for it. You better start shoveling it in. I don't want to see one little piece left over. Gets to eating. And the people stood up all that day and all that night and all the next day, and they gathered quail. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers. That's a big container. And they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. They had so much quail, they couldn't see nothing but quail. That's a lot of quail. That's right, MVTV. Lots of it. And I'm betting that quail was some of the best delicious meat ever had by man. I think that's possible. I also think that they were sick of it very quickly because they like to complain, these people. They are whining left and right. Get back in the kitchen, Vixen, or get back to witching for Wiccans. No Wiccans. No Wiccans in this book. Not that I know of. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with with a very great plague. While they were still chewing, he was so mad at them that he made them all sick while they were eating. Think about that. Ungrateful, that's right. None of those ungrateful sumbitches had better whined about getting some honey orange sauce. That's right. Don't be whining about no honey orange sauce. Just eat the quail. And while you're eating, by the way, take some COVID. My nose is itching. Somebody might be getting ready to stuff $1 in my nose. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hattaavah. Because there they buried the people that lusted. You know, those people that were complaining so much that just couldn't stand it. They just had to have some steak or quail or whatever. They died. Because that's what happens when you tempt God. Don't tempt the Lord your God. I believe it's in a commandment somewhere. And the people journeyed from Kibroth Hattaavah. Kibroth Hattaavah. That's it. Unto Hazeroth. And abode at Hazeroth. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. Hey, Moses, marrying a black chick. What are you doing there? And they said, Hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath not he spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Oh, Lord. Now we're getting into some drama. Moses done married a black chick, and everybody don't want to listen to him no more. I guess it's racism. Or maybe they're just hard-headed idiots. I think that's probably it. And they said, Hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Does he not talk to us too? Do we even need Moses anymore? I think you probably do. You probably watch what you're saying there, because the Lord is listening. Now, the man Moses was very meek, meaning humble. Above all the men which were upon the face of the earth, Moses was very humble. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, Come out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. Of course they did. When God calls, you come a-running. That's just how it is. I used to live just off Kibroth Hattaavah Drive. I bet you did. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And right on that corner, too. That's a lot of word. I'm done for a while. Carry on. Don't mind me. Don't worry. I will. And the Lord came down in the pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And they both were thinking, we should put swinging doors on the tabernacle so God can walk in and go, yeah, I'm back and I'm pissed off. Yeah, I think that'd work. Make a Western out of it. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision. I will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. Moses is my man. He's not a prophet. I speak to Moses directly. If there's a prophet among you, I'll speak to you in a dream. You want to know who God talks to? I don't talk to you because you're not significant. So if you're a prophet and you can hear my messages, I'll talk to you in a dream. You don't get to speak to me directly. My man Moses here, who is very faithful to me, he's the only one that gets to talk to me face to face. So I'm going to tell you this once and only once, says God. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. I'll talk plainly with him. I'll explain things to him. I'll take my time and articulate my message to him, but only him. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. He'll be able to see something resembling me. Obviously, you can't look at God directly, but I'll give him something he can handle to look at, the similitude of me. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? So, knowing this about me, why are you apparently not afraid to talk trash about the man who's leading you? That's what God is saying. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam and beheld she was leprous. And he's like, well, I guess I'm not banging her anymore. She's a leper. Look out. That's what happens when you talk trash. You get leprosy. Do not tempt the Lord your God. That is why we are here. Pay attention. Do not tempt God. It's not hard to not do. If God tells you to move, you move. If God tells you to listen, you listen. If he tells you to act, you act. If he tells you to eat manna, you eat manna. You don't whine about it. You don't complain about it. You don't question it. You just do what you're told. It's that simple. Do not tempt the Lord your God. And Aaron said unto Moses, my girlfriend has leprosy. Is there any other single chicks around here? Because I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole and you pushing. That's not what he said. Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us. You know, the people who were doing the complaining. Don't punish us for doing what we did. Wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Well, if you sinned and you know you sinned, then why would he not put the sin upon you? You're the one that deserves it, right? Don't tempt God. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Don't kill my girlfriend because she can't stop complaining. She's a chick. That's what they do, God. Well, hey, Fab Daddy, what's up? It's very simple, Aaron. Don't tempt the Lord your God, and you won't have to worry about your chick coming down with leprosy. And you better be glad he didn't give it to you, because you were sitting there complaining right alongside of her. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, I just gave her leprosy. Why would I heal her? Hey, that's not what he said. If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? If her dad spit in her face because of her disobedience, if it offended him so greatly, should she not carry the shame of that? Yes, she should. That's the answer to that question. Let her be shut out from the camp for 7 days, and after that, let her be received in again. Oh, yeah. I'll make sure she don't die, Aaron. Relax. But she's going to be punished. For 7 days, she's going to have to live with that leprosy. Painful as I imagine it is, and itchy and gooey, and yeah. I can't imagine how bad leprosy is, but she's going to have to deal with it for 7 days. And after that, you can bring her back into the camp. She'll be clean. But because she ran her mouth about my man Moses, 7 days leprosy. And Miriam was shut out from the camp for 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. So they all had to sit there and wait while she healed. That's just punishment. And afterward, the people removed from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran, and all those men were heads of the children of Israel. And these were their names: of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, who worked at SeaWorld, the son of Zakur. Of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hori. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. Of the tribe of Issachar, Igal, the son of Joseph. Of the tribe of Ephraim, O'Shea, the son of Nun, who was Joshua's brother. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, the son of Raphu. Of the tribe of Zebulun, Gediel, the son of Sodi. Of the tribe of Joseph, namely the tribe of Manasseh. That's right, not Joseph, Manasseh. Joseph is of the tribe of Manasseh. Was Gadi, the son of Susi, who is a delicious fish dinner wrapped in seaweed and rice. Of the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gamali. Of the tribe of Asher was Sethur, the son of Michael. Of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, the son of Vopshi, which is a strange word. Of the tribe of Gad, Guel, the son of Makai. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called O'Shea, the son of Nun, who was Joshua's brother, Jehoshua. So he called him Jehoshua so that he didn't confuse him with Jehoshua. See that? Jehoshua, Jehoshua. How about that? And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, Get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land, what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds, and what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether it be wood therein or not. And be ye of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes. So what he's doing is sending out spies to take a inventory of such, so that he knows what they're walking into. He wants to know what kind of people live there, what kind of land it is, what kind of fertility the ground has, if it has big fields of fruit or if it's a dried up husk. He wants to know if they have armies or strongholds. He wants to know if the cities are walled or if they dwell in tents like they're doing. He wants to have an understanding of the country that they're going to inherit. So he sends these men, one of the head of every tribe, to go look and come back with a report. That's all they got to do. Go look, grab some fruit, come back with a report. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin to Rehob, as men come to Hamath. And they ascended by the south. Remember, they went up into the mountains so that they could have a high look on the place. Hey, Bubby Watts, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Fab Daddy, did I say hello to you already? If not, hello. And came unto Hebron, were Ahiman, Shishai, and Talmai. The children of Anak were. Now, this guy, Anak, I want you to pay attention to this guy. Anak is the man who bore the children who we refer to in history as Anunnaki. They are the sons of Anak. Anak was a big boy, and his children were big boys. And he is part angel. He is an offspring of the Nephilim. He is what they refer to as a Geber. The Geber are the fallen ones' children, the offspring of the fallen ones. You are an A on the T tier list. Well, thank you, sir. Now, Hebron was built 7 years before Zon in Egypt, and they came under the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes. You know what a cluster of grapes looks like? Yeah, Anak Skywalker, that's right. I like that. I hadn't thought of that. Good for you. They brought one cluster of grapes. You know what a cluster of grapes looks like? Well, this cluster of grapes took 2 men to carry. That's a big cluster of grapes is what I'm saying. And they bare it between 2 upon a staff, and they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. And the place was called the brook Eshcol, because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from searching the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh. Kadesh, that's an interesting city that lots of things are going to happen in later. And brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, We came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it flowed with milk and honey. And this is the fruit of it, this giant cluster of grapes and these big pomegranates. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land. This is a lie, by the way. And the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites. There they are. I knew they were here somewhere. And the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. Now, this list of people that we just named are also the list of people that God had destroyed or wanted destroyed. Why? Because these particular people are not human beings. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? These are products of what came from Mount Hermon as the fallen angels came to earth on Mount Hermon and then descended upon man and began to mate with humans, and they had offspring, and those offspring built cities and became, groups of people, and they were the Amalekites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Jebusites, and the Canaanites. These are all people that are mixed breeded with celestial beings. They are not people. They are not human beings. They do not belong on planet Earth, which is why they have been requested to be removed rather capaciously. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. This is a lie. This is fear talking. And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in are men of great stature. They're giants. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, so we were in their sight. Now, that's not true. These are big boys, but they're not like grasshoppers compared to these men. But they're telling Moses and the group that we're like grasshoppers to them. They would just squash us dead. We have no chance. And the Portuguese? No, not the Portuguese. But why they're saying it, I don't know. But they are definitely telling a fib here. They're definitely embellishing because chances are they had no contact with these big boys. They saw them from afar off and took off running the other direction and came back and told how giant they were and that we can't go up against them. They're too big. Well, they're just people. They're not humans, but they are people. And they can die. They can be conquered. Giants are real. That's correct. They were especially real in this time. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night because they were sore afraid of these giant people that live, the sons of Anak, which are bad people. They are giants, but they are also definitely conquerable. And Israel is a great army that would have very little work to do in conquering these people. Plus, God's with them. He's not going to let them fail. And he's promised them the land, so they're going to win. But these people are saying, nope, we can't go against them. They're just too big. They're too scary. They got 2 rows of teeth. They're terrifying. They are midgets. Welcome, Body McCancer. Smoking is bad, sir. Well, thank you. When I grow up, I'll be sure to remember that. Appreciate your input. Not to get too controversial on conspiracy theories, but supposedly U.S. soldiers took down a 9-10-foot redhead guy with 6 fingers and 6 toes. Yes, I've heard about that too. That is not a conspiracy theory. That did occur. There are still giants in the world today. And they were not too long ago. And if you don't believe that, just go to Arizona and look up Lovelock Cave, and see what comes up in your search. You will be astonished of the red-headed, 2-rowed teeth, 6-fingered giants. In fact, you remember the old thing where the Indians would hold up their hand and go, "How?" as a greeting? Well, the reason they do that is so that they can see afar off whether or not you have 6 fingers. They can't tell how tall you are that far away, but they can tell if you got 6 fingers. They wanted to stay away from those guys because those guys are cannibals. They eat those Indians. So that's why they put them in that cave and built a fire and burned them to death in that cave while they slept in Lovelock Cave in Arizona not too long ago, a couple 100 years ago. So check that out if you're interested. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, "Would God, if only God, that we had died in the land of Egypt." Can you believe these people? If only we had died in the land of Egypt. Or if only we had died in the wilderness. And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return to Egypt, to be slaves? And they said to one another, "Let us make a captain, and let us return to Egypt." Let's put a man in charge, and he can lead us back to Egypt, where we can be slaves in peace and not have to worry about fighting for our freedom. These giants that are going to eat us alive. Think about that. Think about the nerve of these people. Well, there's one request for a banning. I'll leave that in the capable hands of the wrench bearers, should you feel the need to do so. I say give one chance, and if he can't keep his mouth shut, out. This is my house, buddy, and it's a privilege to be here, not a right. So be nice. Relax. Pay attention to what's being said. You might actually glean some information from the smoky guy. Then Moses and Aaron fell upon their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel, and Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes, tore their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, what in the heck is wrong with you people? Why do you want us to be slaves so bad? Why are you begging for oppression? They did not say that. The land which we passed through to search it, it is an exceedingly good land. What is wrong with you? God has promised us this land. God will deliver us this land. However, you have to work for it. You have to go get it. It's right there. All you got to do is go get it. It's a land flowing with milk and honey. It is a cornucopia of blessings, and it's yours. Promised to you. But you got to go get it. You're about to be banned for real, Kim Jong-un. Relax. This is a Bible study. We're trying to learn something here. If you don't want to be part of it, you can go find somewhere else to play. This is not the place. I would welcome you to listen. I would welcome you to actually engage in conversation. But if you can't control yourself, you must be gone away with. If the Lord delights in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it to us. A land which floweth with milk and honey, all of that which I just said. Only rebel not ye against the Lord. Don't tempt the Lord your God, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. Don't be afraid of these people. They were born and they survived for us. That's why they're there. Don't be scared of them. Don't run from them. Put your faith in God. Listen to his counsel. The land was given to you. God will deliver it into your hands. You don't have to be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's very simple. Fear ye not, for the Lord is with you. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. What? You would kill the men telling you to not be afraid so that you can go back and be a slave in Egypt? I think your life is short and numbered. I think that God's probably going to get mad at you and burn you up like he did the last people that couldn't keep their mouth shut. And the Lord said unto Moses, sorry, I missed one. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will these people provoke me? How long will it be ere they believe me? What's it going to take to get them to hear what I'm saying and believe it? For all the signs which I have showed among them, I will smite them with a pestilence and disinherit them. I will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it. For thou broughtest this people up out of the land of Egypt in thy might from among them. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. For they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud and in a pillar of fire by night. They've heard of you, God. You're famous. And if you kill these people for being idiots, the Egyptians will hear about it, and they will wonder, why did God do all of this for these losers? They're losers. Why would God waste his time? And then they will shake their heads in disbelief, and then you will lose them. That's what he's saying. Now, if thou shalt kill all these people as one man, then the nations which have heard of the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring these people into the land which he swore to them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. That's what they'll say. That's what they'll think, God, that you weren't capable of bringing these hard-headed idiots into the land that you swore to them that they could have. Now I beseech thee, O Lord, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long-suffering, meaning he has patience and great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, and by no means clearing the guilty, but visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Be that God. Be strong in your suffering, in your long suffering. Be merciful. Have mercy, great mercy, and forgive these ignorant children. All right, you've been reported, and you have been removed. Go away. You weak-ass child. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy. And as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to my word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times. 10 times they've tempted me. And have not hearkened unto my voice. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me to see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him I will bring into the land whereunto he went, and his seed shall possess it. And that's where we're going to stop for today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll pick up next Sunday, 1425. Man, what a fantastic book that was. Full of information, full of integrity, full of challenging thoughts. Do you want to be reported again? You keep asking for it, you're going to get it. I did report him. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having to deal with this ignorant person here. Sorry about that. Anyway, I hope that you guys were able to get something out of the read tonight. I hope that it touched your heart. I hope that it caused you to consider the consequences of tempting the Lord your God, the consequences of not listening when you're told, the consequences of not understanding the gravity of the words of the Lord. And I hope that you found some recourse. All right, hate speech it is. You can't keep saying words like that here, buddy. I'm sorry. It's not going to fly. I don't play that game. Do me a favor, please. I kind of need it. Hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be online. Smash that like button. It's free. It's right in front of you. It takes no effort at all, and it really does help the channel with the algorithms, and it helps us get recommended to other people. Won't you do that? Share this video with people you love. Better yet, share it with people you don't love. Bring them into the family. Make them part of the fold. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave comments down below and let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me, drink my Kool-Aid. Make your own Kool-Aid as long as you're thinking critical. That's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, if you dig the Word of God and you can see the value in what I'm trying to build, and you'd like to participate, or if you feel led to send your tithes, offerings, or love offerings to this humble church, or if you'd rather just pat me on the back and say, hey, nice job, Jake, you can do that. You can support my work by going to paypal.me/jakejohnsonband. Or if you're a CashApp user, $ Jake Johnson Band. Every little bit helps. It's a win-win. It's a blessing to me. But it's a blessing to you too, because God notices these things. We do live in a reciprocal universe. That being said, if you ask, you will be answered. If you knock, it shall be opened unto you. And if you give, you will receive. That's in the Bible. It's words of God. Trust it, know it, and I will be ever in a constant struggle to be worthy of that support. And I appreciate you all. And with that, I will finish this video by taking your questions and comments. And whomever this big mic person is, I didn't ask you for a damn thing, so keep your mouth shut. Nobody is interested in what you will and won't do. MVTV says, the days when if you opened your mouth, you had to do so in the person's face. On the good side. Easy to track these trolls. And recall that last one was hit with felony FCC charges. Hint, hint, hint. Well, I did ban them, and I did report them because they were saying some things that should not be said in a live stream, especially one dedicated to God. I never pressed the notifications. It messes up my stupid video game. Well, okay. This channel is only going to grow if we all want it to. It's as simple as that. We're all involved. We're all part of the same community. And we're all held responsible for testifying. That's what our job is. That's the reason we're here on this planet. To testify. To make a decision to follow God or not. I'm trying to do that. Won't you try with me? If not, that's fine. Just listen. Nobody's requiring anything of you. This is a free channel. If you get involved, it's because you want to. It's as simple as that. And I'll tell you transparently what your effort will do. Namely, it'll pay my light bill. It might get me something to eat. It is for me. I'm not telling you that if you give me your money that it'll go to God, because God made the money. He doesn't need it. The church does, though, because it can't survive without some support. That's why I ask once every show for support if you want to. That's between you and God, though. I can't ask you directly, and I'm not doing that. Not one of you have I ever asked for a dime, nor will I ever. I'll never put a price tag on it. I'll never put a paywall over it. What I give freely of my soul 4 times a week, and I put a lot of effort into it. If you wish to give back because you can see the value of what I'm trying to build, then I will accept it graciously. If you don't, I will kick the dust off my feet and keep walking. It's as simple as that. I don't like being made to feel like I'm begging, because I'm not. I am just putting it out there. If you want to help, you can. If you want to do other things, you can. It ain't all about money. We need advertisement. We need the word spread. We need people in this chat. The word only works if people hear it. So if you can't fight, carry bullets. If you can't carry bullets, make sandwiches, but be part of the war. That's what I'm suggesting. Hey, Jake, can you make me a mod? Yes, I can. These are the rules if you're going to be a mod in this channel. Free speech is the First Amendment for a reason. Second Amendment is there to protect the first one. So, always lead with giving an opportunity. We want to fill the channel, not make it empty. So if you become a moderator in this channel, your job is to keep the peace and keep the presence. So if they can relax and behave, they don't need to be banned. If they can't, if they just keep doing it, then you ban. Not first, though. Always give the opportunity first to listen, because that's why we're here. And remember that the bad people are the ones that need to hear the word the most, not the good people. The good people are already saved. So with that, I now bestow upon you the grace and the power of the wrench. You're welcome. Now you're part of the family. That also means you got to show up. So, good on you. I'm sorry I've missed a lot of the chat. I hope I haven't missed too many important questions. Each time that fool does that, it allows easier tracking. Just need one comment. So after that, go for it. That's right. Jake, what is the Third Amendment? Let me think. I think the Third Amendment has to do with, I don't remember exactly. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. This is about, the Third Amendment is about conscripting someone else's property and the reasons to do so and the permission needed to achieve it. That's what the Third Amendment is. And there's a list of them on the internet. You can find all of them. I don't need to be saved. I am one of the chosen. Well, I believe you, brother. That's between you and God. And I didn't say that I was trying to save you. No cheating. I hear the Looney Tunes song in the background. Amen, ATL. Right on. Thank you, Jake. You're welcome, sir. You are now one of the chosen of this channel. Aha. How many email accounts is this troll going to make tonight? I wonder if we can get into the Guinness Book of World Records for most emails created in one night. Well, that would be something, wouldn't it? You never know. I put up 2 piano shorts today. I hope you watch them. I will. Or Fat Daddy will. Shall not quarry troops. Yep. Sounds familiar. Hey, Caucasian Sasquatch. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. I got them memorized to the 7th. I used to know all of them, not memorized, but I was familiar with them, but it's been so long I can't remember which one goes where exactly. I remember the important ones, though. Wait for it. Slow minds have trouble breaking off into new amusements. I hear you. Is anybody asked a question that I did not answer because I missed a lot of the chat? I will scroll back up and watch it later and try to get through it all. And if there's anything important, I'll email you. But there's a lot of garbage going on tonight. Kept me preoccupied. It looks like everybody's just talking about the troll. It may be too late to sit at Jesus' side, but if not, I'll be happy to be on a spiked chain in the front yard. Amen, brother. You ain't got to be in the presence of God. You can be sitting outside the front gate, sweeping the floor. That's good enough. That's good enough for me anyway. I mean, I'll take what I can get. The closer, the better, but as long as I'm included, that's all that matters. But don't sell yourself short. It's never too late to be forgiven. It's never too late to be righteous. And it's never too late to learn from your mistakes if you've made them. Yep, that kind of stuff is always the fallback to weak minds and even weaker characters. That's correct. Very astute, MBTV. Sorry, I was playing guitar to Jake's reading and missed the last troll. Well, at least you're rocking. That's all that matters. Stop making accounts. You have been made. You're a made man there, Bubby Watts. Full of stunning demonstrations of God's patience. Yes, sir. They must have an awful sad life. Is all he can do is troll people on YouTube. Yeah, imagine if he put that much effort into actually learning something out of the Bible. Imagine if he put that much effort into anything other than trolling people on YouTube. Imagine what he could achieve with his life if he put that much effort into anything other than being a shithead. It's amazing how some people just miss the mark. And just for the troll's edification, let me answer one of his questions. He said, I like your channel, Jake, except for all the religious stuff, of course. There's no religious stuff on this channel. I don't recall ever declaring anything religious. Do you? I read the Bible. That's not religious. That's text to word. Did I tell you you were going to hell? Did I tell you you needed to be saved? Did I tell you that I would pray for you? I did not. This is not a religion. This is untethered, meaning separated from all denominations. We believe the word of God. That is it. This is not a religion. And I am not a mod. The guy who doesn't want any part of what we're doing other than to listen. Sure, if you want to be a mod, I can make you one, but you got to say something. I don't know who wants to be a mod. Same child, rotating accounts, also reporting him to the criminal check group via my contacts mentioned here before. I hear you. I reported him to YouTube for hate speech. That ought to get some kind of attention. That person needs to grow up. Yes, he does. Needs some harsh life lessons first. Only way it works. You're all right. Sometimes the harshness of the lesson gives the wisdom the legs to grow. You can't gain wisdom without costing you something. Numbers. Yep. I think I've got all of them. I apologize if I missed anything. I did try. I scrolled back up, and now I'm trying to get back to the bottom. My coffee tastes really good. Yay, go ahead. He needs to be practiced. He needs to practice. Yeah. What part of the reading I heard, Jake, was good? I learned about giants. Thank you, Fab Daddy. I appreciate you. I'm digging this. Happy to see the love and moderation tonight. Right now. Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you, April. Good reading besides that. Thank you, MBTV. Numbers answers the question. Reading numbers answers the question. You got them. Okay. Hang on just a second. I'm about to get back to the bottom. I think. Coffee. He won't go to hell. He'll just cease to exist. Gotta go, Jake. Thanks for making me a mod. You're welcome, sir. Don't abuse it. And I'll look forward to seeing you, at least on the weekends. Pick a date. We got a few mods in here. You don't have to be to every show, but pick. I do 4 a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So pick a couple and help out. And thank you for the interest in being a mod. What they'll do, like the last ones, is tag their device IP, whereupon most platforms will recognize it, making it impossible to open new accounts and auto-reported to law enforcement. I hope so. I hope that's correct. Thinking about you is like prayer, right? No. Jake, I pray for you. Thinking about you is like prayer, right? No. But thank you for the prayer. I can take all of that I can get. We all need friends. And I'm grateful for everyone I can gain. Thank you for that. I never knew that the Indians raise their hand and say how to count fingers because of the events that happened in that cave and previous events with giants. That is correct, Smoking Auditor, and now you know. And guess what? No one's half the battle. But that's what how means. Let me see your fingers, buddy. I don't want you getting too close. You got 2 rows of teeth and you eat people. I don't want nothing to do with you. That's what that means. Sweet dreams, Bubby Watts. Safe travels, too. 'Tis a great honor. Good night. I never wish to be a mod. Well, that's entirely your choice, buddy. If you want to be one, I'll make you one. If you don't, you ain't got to be one. It's fun, but the pay ain't real good. It's a lot of work to be a mod for people. It can be, but if it's spread out, it doesn't have to be. If each person picks a lane, you know, say if I got 4 mods and one handles the trolls and one handles putting up links and one handles corrections and one handles, I don't know, email addresses. If everybody has a job, then it's not hard at all. It's like following a conversation. That's kind of where I'm trying to get at anyway. I don't want too many mods, but I want the ones that I trust, the ones that I can count on, the ones that know what I'm trying to do and are willing to help. That's what I'm after. If you're that guy or girl, then I appreciate you, and I'll certainly use the help. Not bad for channels with mostly adults. At first on YouTube, I thought chats were insanity. It is, especially on big ones that go by lightning fast. Bunch of people shouting, none listening. That's correct. And we want to avoid that. That's the good thing about this channel. Right now, it's small, and we can actually carry on a conversation. Eventually, it's going to go fast, and we're going to need mods because I won't be able to keep up with it and still do my job. Fab Daddy Love, see you up on panel. See you up on panel. You have great sense of humor and charisma. People like it. People like you. It's awesome to have that gift. Oh, it's a sweet compliment. Thank you. Yep, that is not me. Never make me a mod. Don't worry, I won't. Be doing it. That's right. I've seen him on panel. He is an amazing person. Yeah, I've met him before. We've had conversations. He's a good dude. I like having him here. He seems to protest it too much, though, sometimes, but that's all right. He's trying to make clear where he stands. I dig it. Yeah, we were on Jake's panel. That's right. I think you were here that night. I'm going to do that again soon, too, by the way. I'm working on some new software, trying to do something different, easier. I got this thing called Electra Capture. What is it called? Something Ninja. There you go. Video Ninja. VDO Ninja. It's a new software that does basically what StreamYards does, but it's smaller and simpler and doesn't cost anything. So I'm working on that. If that works out well, we'll use that and get panels going, get guests in here on certain nights. Which I really want to get into having conversations, which doesn't seem to work very well right now, but eventually we'll get there. April was eating Mexican food. Oh, yeah, I remember. With Kevin. One day I might do that when my laptop allows. Has a sound conflict, a loud hiss on the speakers here, and I can't broadcast audio, but I can hold up a flashlight, or I can hold up flashcards. Well, I done told you if you needed one, I'd send you a camera that has a built-in microphone. Yep, the first time I remember. Fab Daddy, you are a good guy. I've seen you on panel. You do great. Understand you don't want to have a channel, but when you do, go on and talk to people. You're an awesome dude. Smoking Auditor, that's a great compliment. Thank you, sir. Absolutely, Smoking Auditor, says April. And I concur with that. And we've had conversations, and it was fun. Thanks. Something to do with the broadcast of audio. Laptop won't push it out. I'm not too bad in real life. I learned to get along with many different people, says Fab Daddy. That's exactly what I meant, says April. You guys are all awesome. And thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for being such interesting people, and I appreciate you so much. I really do, and I love each one of you. True from the bottom of my heart. Do me a favor when you go out into the world tomorrow, carry a little of that kindness with you and share it with the rest of the world. It doesn't take much, and I'm not asking for a lot. Just be nice. That's all. I promise you it'll change your life. It'll make you feel better. It'll make them feel better. It'll allow you to be in places you never thought you could be. It'll open doors for you. So just do that, would you? I could just dismount my dash cam and use a portable battery. I have an HD camera again. Yep. Though it has a fisheye, 170-degree lens. Well, that'll make you look like you got a really big nose. I love you too, Jake. Have a great night. You too, Fab Daddy. I appreciate you, buddy. And I'm going to get out of here and go to bed because I got to get up and go do some stuff in the morning, try to make a little money because I got to be off tomorrow. And that's not good for the paycheck. So I got to go see if I can't find some cash. So I'm going to go on to bed. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I'll see you Wednesday. We'll play some music or do something cool. Good job, Jake and Chat. Thank you, sir. And good job to you guys, too. I appreciate you guys, my moderators, for working so hard. Thank you so much for staying on top of this thing and helping me keep it straight and keep a good conversation going. You are appreciated. Thank you. And I promise you that if this little channel ever goes anywhere, I will take care of each and every one of you. No, that's true. But for right now, I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to get a bite to eat and go to bed. I love you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed tonight. I did. I had a blast. Have a great night. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for being interested in the Word of God and allowing me to get this off of my chest so you can live with it and I can relax. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.